Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for coming for the committee. I had one quick question. How many books are overdue? And
Members of
specifically,
Congress
how many?
are the only people
What's
who
that?
can, members of Congress are the only patrons that we have
Okay.
circulate materials to, and we keep records
Would you
of
commit
how
to making
long.
that a public record of who owes money to the Library of Congress? And,
You don't owe money.
I don't.
We have appropriations, though.
I just think it would be a good revenue thing, so, but
Well.
anyway, in all seriousness, thank you. I want to talk a little bit about the Veterans History Project.
Oh, yes.
It's, I'm blessed to have almost 1 out of 10 of my constituents as a veteran, and we've been very active in seeking out stories with so much of our military community, Camp Lejeune and New River Air Station, Cherry Point. We've had 3 very successful events, collected over 30 oral histories, 900 minutes of stories. And I just wanted to know, can you give an update or a progress report about, we have so much, I think we're just touching the surface on this. We have so much more work to do.
We have approximately 117,000 collections, and we've migrated the legacy database to a more modern form, and we are really looking at having a more robust website and making it easier for veterans and their families to record and submit their oral histories. And so that's a major initiative that we are working on. So we want to do more with members of Congress in terms of the workshops. We have staff that will come into districts and do that.
So we have, so our district has a quarter of them, essentially. That's of
Right.
the ones that have been collected.
And we
so.
definitely, and there's certain engagements that we are very interested in, more recent engagements, veterans, and of course, the Vietnam era is one that's
If I may make one suggestion, I do think we need to decrease the bureaucracy of it a little bit. It's a little bit onerous. I actually tried to do it for my own family, and it made it much too hard. So I do think we need to cut that probably in half. We need more stories. We don't necessarily need
Yes.
100% of the details. But anyway, but thank you for doing that. We should have 5,000 at this point.
We should.
So I want to switch things over a little bit to funding for the Library of Congress. And it's my understanding we've gotten donations anywhere between 15 and 25 million over the last couple of years. So I want to dive into a little bit on how the trust fund board works. How do they solicit funds? What type of investors, rather, do we get to invest in a private manner for the Library of Congress?
The trust fund board, as you might be aware, is appointed, and the library is not involved in terms of saying who should be on it. And so they manage the library's funds. The funds that are raised are mission-specific, and they are supplemental to our basic operations. The funds provide opportunities for things that we wouldn't be able to do. And so that's really what the trust fund board
How do you
manages.
interact with them?
We give reports. They work with the trust fund manager, a management company that the board vets and hires to manage the funds, and they work with our Office of
Do you submit
Financial Services.
a wish list to them to say, hey, we'd like these things, and then it's their job to try to help fund them?
No, they do not try to help. They do not solicit funds. The library has a development office that submits proposals and things like that. They basically manage the funds of the library. They are not propelling and saying this is what you should raise funds for.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You're back.